I want to finish on some positives. And Alfie, I'm going to come to you just to chat about Tino Livramento first of all, because it was so good to see him playing 45 minutes for the B team on Friday. I know you were there. There was a small crowd there too, watching the game. You were almost like a nervous parent on the sideline at times. And I know you had a catch up with him afterwards. He seems to be recovering well and was on good form.
Yeah, it was amazing to see, wasn't it? It was 355 days, I think, from the day he went off at Brighton. Obviously, had ACL, and then I believe it was a hamstring, wasn't it, in the winter, which was a separate setback. But yeah, good to see him back. 45 minutes, good touches. And I was about to say, I spoke to him afterwards. And I think, as you mentioned now, I was a bit nervous on the sideline. Right before halftime, when he was coming off the 45 minutes, he went full hard into two 50-50s back to back, and he ended up on the floor. The opposing player was booked, and I was really worried that we were going to see a Juan Larios. I watched Juan Larios come back for the B team, and he won't play for the rest of the season now after 10 minutes. So I was massively concerned. But when I said to Tino after that, he scared me a little bit there. He said the one thing that he's told himself is that he's going to go into everything with 100% now. And if he gets injured again, it's because he's gone in at 100%, not because he's gone in at 90 or 80, not because he's been a bit lazy. And I think it was the busiest gantry they've had for a Staplewood game this season. Like you said, there was 150 fans as well. Everybody buzzing for him, all the players, Juan, Armel, they're all sharing the Instagram stories and whatnot. And I think it's credit to Tino, what a great lad he is. Stayed there to watch the game with his parents. That everybody at the club is happy for him. So yeah, hopefully we'll see him on the pitch at the end of the season. He wants to be on the pitch by the end of the season. So if he can achieve that, that would be good.
That would be a lift that I think we all need. Glen, there's been a few sort of murmurs about some of the young players and perhaps their attitudes not being right, but that's not something that you can ever accuse him of at the moment because, as Alfie said, he was staying there, he was supporting the team, he was at the game at the weekend as well. He potentially could be quite key for us next year.
He seems to be a great lad, and yeah, you pick up things from Instagram stories. It's like all the players from Chelsea as well. I mean, like Amanda Brozier was one of them because obviously he's got a very similar injury at the moment, and he was another one sort of wishing him well and stuff like that. So he's obviously got a lot of friends in the game, and you can tell just from players' demeanour sometimes what sort of people they are. I was at the game at Brighton when he got injured, and it was just one of those sickening ones where you just see it and just think, oh no. And this may sound horrible, but there are some players that they got a bad injury, you'd sort of go, oh okay, but he'll get over it. But with Tino, he was one of the he's one of the last people that you'd want to get that sort of thing happen to him, especially seeing as how well he'd done. And the fact that he's very, very young, which I guess on the other side, that the fact that he was so young gives him a better chance of recovering from it. So yeah, great to see him back. I'm not sure we want him to play before the end of the season because that will remind teams that he's fit, and because we're going to need him. Because I'm pretty sure Kyle Walker-Peters is going to be gone in the summer, even if we stay up, which we won't. And Kyle Walker-Peters is actually one of the few that I'll actually miss if they go. So having Tino to hopefully start next season is a positive that we can take from what has been a pretty horrendous season.